Hello, everyone. Welcome or welcome back if it's your first time. Princess of Cups. And the Emperor. Wow. This very well could be a love reading. Got some interest in a specific person and Emperor energy. So, mature, masculine, in control kind of energy. Let's see what we have here. I have the Five of Cups, the Ace of Discs, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. So progression here at the end. On the bottom of the deck, we have Perspective. That is, wow. I'm going to say Hanged Man energy. Let's get some Oracle out here. Okay, I dropped a couple. I have one that turned over and one that didn't. So we'll take the one that flipped. Now I'll go on the bottom. We have the Seeker. Number 36, the Seeker. And number 18. Okay, that's half. Half of 36 even. The Red Rose. Overcoming obstacles. This one is all-seeing eye, spirit, and release. Is somebody using their spiritual gifts to overcome obstacles? That's what that looks like to me. Oh, and the numbers are significant as well. I said that this Red Rose card is half of the Seeker card. So the obstacles are not equal to your gifts. You have double what you need to overcome them. If you are feeling discouraged at this point in your journey, we have number 23 on the bottom, the Mind, inspiration, mood, cycle. So, intellectualizing something, or again, if you are weary because of fighting obstacles, make sure that your mind is not over influencing your actions or your energy or your spirit. If you begin to get down and you're discouraged, then that will come out in how you behave and how you overcome these obstacles. You may even convince yourself that you can't. So be careful of that. Understand that you are well equipped for whatever fight is before you. We have number 1, the Mystic. Number 29, Breaking into Bloom. Number 3, the Servant Queen. And number 21, Blessings and Curses. On the bottom, we have 25, Eternal Center. Oh, yeah, that's great. Sort of grounded energy. I'm going to bring these down just to make sure that you can see them clearer, more easily, maybe less glare. Okay. Do you want more Oracle? Yes. At least one. Give me the overall energy for this reading. I saw someone had an eye on an Emperor. Does an Emperor have their eye on someone? What's the overall energy for this reading? Nature spirits, self-love. Okay. Number 15, helper guides, clearing. So we're clearing something out and we're turning energy, love, focus inward. So I don't think that person's focusing on you will sway you or will lead you to act a certain way. I think right now you're focused on yourself, Collective. So, what do I have for the bottom of the deck? I have perspective, which is again that hangman energy, and eternal center. Still, calm, steady, eternal. You are not moving because you aren't supposed to move. You are in a grounded place. If you don't feel that way, that energy is coming. There's a part of you, even if you are in the middle of some chaotic situation, there's a part of you that knows you will be fine, that knows that you are not alone, knows that you are guided by spirit. That's awesome. I'm feeling the feeling of that confidence that comes from knowing who you serve, knowing who you are. How great, collective. That's wonderful energy. We have your current energy, Five of Cups, so disappointment in something. And number one, the mystic. Intuition, high priestess, visionary. The card says there is a reason you have those dreams. Oh, okay. And I don't think the disappointment has to do with your spiritual acumen. It doesn't have to do with it doesn't have to do with the fact that you receive information. It's because of the nature of the information. You're disappointed because you see past somebody's facade. You see something deeper. You see the reality of a situation, and there's disappointment there. We have Ace of Discs, which is about wealth, and number 29, breaking into bloom. Time, liberation, understanding. It's time. And the card says sometimes you will break before you bloom. All right, so this disappointing situation that you were keyed in, that you were clued about through your intuition. Your intuition led you to some conclusions about a certain situation, which led to disappointment. And it looks like out of that sadness, after that period, you are coming into some abundance. And it definitely, absolutely looks like it is material. Looks like money, in some way, shape, or form. Earning more money, acquiring something very valuable. It feels more consistent to me than that, though. This is like a new income stream or an increase. What's potentially hidden from you? It's Nine of Wands, resilience, absolutely. Yeah, you've fought this battle. You've come through something that was difficult for you. Nine of Wands, resilient. And number 3, the Servant Queen, divine, magnetic, valuable. So I got that real clear connection. You are who you are because of what you've been through. Now you are beginning to understand the reason behind the strife that you've had, especially recently. It was all for a divine purpose. You are being made into someone strong enough to handle whatever it is that you need to handle. The card, the Servant Queen card says you are worthy of beautiful things. Your beauty is in not looking like what you've been through. And that's the conundrum as well. You have a very innocent appearance. You have a very sweet, innocent appearance. And people underestimate you because of it. They don't know that your strength is tried and true. They don't know that you have battle scars. They don't see that when they see you, and they don't picture you that way. But there's a great deal of wisdom because you've had many difficult experiences. I'll say more than average. More than the average person. You've been through some incredibly tough struggles. And the worst of which appears to be over for you, collective. But it's brought you, there's an energy of culmination here. It's brought you to this certain place. Again, to be the person that you were meant to be. There's reason and purpose behind those struggles. Your potential outcome, we have 10 of Wands, burden, and number 21, blessings and curses, psyche, self-love, beauty. It says, do not be ashamed, not of your thorns or of your flowers. So true acceptance of who you are. Oh my goodness, and accepting the burden of who you are. So you've earned some sort of standing. And it quite possibly is something related to the spiritual world, something esoteric. You've earned some kind of a standing. And with it comes a burden. You have a responsibility that's tied to the gifts that you have. So this is a message of encouragement for those of you who are spiritually inclined. You are gifted in some way. Um, Use those gifts. You've used them thus far for your own benefit to stay afloat and to get yourself out of tough situations. It is your intuition has led you in an abundant direction, but it's time to do more with it. It's time to use your gifts to help not just you but other people. So if you've been keeping some things to yourself, it may be time to share. I'll look again at this oracle I pulled for the overall energy, self-love, nature, spirits. So pouring into yourself. Pouring into yourself. Okay, so now's the time. Now is the time to give yourself extra attention. I take that to mean that you need to be fortified at this point. Because there, with that burden card, there's work coming. This is not a negative feeling, though. This does not feel like overwhelming. This feels like a lot of important work to do. You're equal to this, though. We saw for your pre-shuffle, you are equal to whatever is coming your way. But now is the calm before the storm. So rest up, pour into yourself, get your ducks in a row so that you are freed up as work comes in for you later, freed up to do what needs to be done. We have Queen of Air here for burden. Strong, decisive, smart, truthful energy. Oh, you are a truth teller. You are burdened, but you have the burden of telling the truth. You get to tell people the truth, and we all know how people accept or receive the truth. It's not always positive. That's part of the burden of your gift. We have High Priestess again. You are tied in spiritually. You have a direct line. You are extremely intuitive and compelled to tell the truth. What's on the bottom here? Four of Fire. This is your stability. Your stability is tied to you using your gifts in a way to help other people. It may not appear that way to you right now. You aren't necessarily supposed to know how that comes out, but understand that using what you were given, what you've grown into as well, because what you were given, you strengthened. You strengthened through experience and experiences. It's somehow tied to something more stable for you. Also a feeling of home, a feeling of coming home. You lean into those gifts. It feels so good to you. I'm gonna say it feels more authentic to you than other things, other skills you have, more worldly recognized skills. Those don't give you that feeling of fulfillment and satisfaction inside like it does, like you get when you're using your spiritual gifts and when you're telling the truth to people. So lean into that. There's a reason you have that desire. There's a reason you have the fulfillment. Lean into that. You are not being guided incorrectly. Trust your intuition. Yours seems to be finally honed and doing what intuition is supposed to do. Okay, collective. Do I have a... No, I don't think that I have like a closing card. Okay, fine. I'm having an internal argument with myself. If I gotta pull something else, I will. I'll pull a chakra card. What's the focus now for the collective? How can you wrap up this reading for them? Grief. Grief, and it's green. Heart chakra. If any of you have some pain around love, loving relationships, opening your heart, let yourself grieve. Let yourself get over it. And I don't mean to sound so trite when I say that. Let yourself experience all the stages, all the pain that is there until it dissipates. An open heart will guide you in your work as a truth teller. An open heart will give you clarity in messages. If your heart is closed, it's very difficult to read an open hearted message for someone. And you should be separate from the energy that you're working with. But it can't, your own biases can come into it, especially when you are very, very guarded in your heart. So that's my advice to you, collective. I hope that you found this message helpful. If it resonates, please like the video, follow or subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.